To conclude, the training advice presented by my fellow team members for the American Red Cross is key in handling and communicating well in a time of crisis. The first main point was about situational approach. For a company like the American Red Cross, a situational approach is best as each crisis is unique in its own way. For example, the crisis of having given contaminated blood and dealing with people who lost everything in a flood are two different situations and require two different approaches. The contaminated blood was the fault of the American Red Cross, while the flood was not, meaning American Red Cross would have to do damage control for giving contaminated blood. The second main point was about two key concepts. Those two key concepts were positive constructive communication and being organized. The managers could use these key concepts to maximize the level of efficiency. A max level of efficiency is highly desired by all organizations, as it is the highest amount of output that can be achieved. The third main point is effective communication techniques. Techniques such as being organized, delegating, and breaking people into groups should help everyone achieve the bigger picture and make communication easier and not get lost in the chaos of a crisis. The fourth and final point is using practical communication. Examples of practical communications is not being afraid to ask questions. There's nothing more dangerous in a crisis than someone not knowing what to do. Having a sense of urgency in a crisis is another good practical communication, as people's lives may be dependent on how quickly information can be communicated, if the appropriate information is communicated even. For this could lead to the right or wrong course of action to be had. One of the most important rules is the golden rule. Treat others the way you would want to be treated. Important questions to ask yourself would be, how would I want to be treated in this time of need? Be kind no matter what. Treat your team with respect in time of crisis, as it can be frustrating and very hard to see people in need. With all this in mind, I would like to leave this thought brought on by a quote from Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Wishing is not enough, we must do.